Hello and welcome back to the Spiritual Mind channel. Thank you and welcome. Thank you for being here and welcome. Okay, so I don't know if you are a new person stopping by or a person who's been following the channel since its creation, but I've recently pulled a lot of my content to reset and, keep my channel aligned with where I am currently and, what I'm learning, developing more, understanding around. So in that space, I am here with a biblical symbolism video, and I don't know if there'll be tons of them, but I do find the Bible to be very cool as a person who's a born again Christian. So I have done some videos in the past about like the spiritual symbolism of rainbows, but I feel like it'd be really cool for us to consider the biblical symbolism of rainbows as God has created the world and the people here on it and the dynamics of nature as well. So if that is a frame of how we all exist, then biblical symbolism to me makes more sense than spiritual symbolism. I think the Bible will tell us. And so I'm curious as I go through and read the Bible, what does the Bible say about different things that we see in our everyday life that might give us that that resonance of importance? So rainbow is something that has that resonance of significance and importance. So just as I've decided this year to I don't think I've actually read the whole Bible in completion, like start to finish. So this is a year that I'm hopeful to do that. But currently I'm working on the Gospels, and I was reading Genesis before, but in Genesis, there's a very clear biblical symbolism of what the rainbow means. And so I wanted to share it here. So back when I would do my spiritual symbolism videos, I would say the things that stand out to you are likely symbolic and having meaning if it resonates. So if it resonates, and if you see maybe more than one thing of the same, if you notice that your mind is trained in seeing repetition patterns, and or it's just something that feels emotionally strong and mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually strong when you witness whatever it happens to be, then chances are there is biblical symbolism being offered to you. Of course, something that I would add that I didn't say before, I would say before, use your intuition, which is kind of the same as Holy Spirit if you think about it. So ask the Holy Spirit, pray on it for confirmation. So that's the one twist. Like ask God of the message that he is trying to share with you versus just solely utilizing intuition. Check in with the Holy Spirit, pray over, pray for confirmation of whatever you suspect could be something that is symbolically being shared with you, spiritually speaking. Okay, so I want to talk about Genesis 9, and we're going to go 9 through 17. So chapter 9, verses 9 through 17, it says, I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you. God's talking to Noah, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, and all those that came out of the ark with you. Every living creature on earth, I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is a sign of my covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the cloud, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth. So God said to Noah, "This is a sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on earth." So the true meaning of a rainbow from these verses is that God has made a promise with all of the living beings and the earth, never again to destroy all life by flood. So never to close out all humanity again. I mean, because Noah and his family were the only ones left, and all the animals. So God said that he wouldn't take those measures again by flood. And that's just me being kind of literal about it. So I don't know if God meant that he would never, create any more, I don't know, like natural disasters to end the entire population. I don't think so. I mean, if we keep reading the Bible here, but that's what the rainbow actually means. So I wanted to share that. So it's God's promise to pretty much allow humanity to have grace, I guess. I'm sitting with it as I'm thinking about it. So like God is offering us a very specific promise of not creating floods to wipe out all of humanity, because I think when the flood was happening, he was pretty much wanting to start over because there was so much I don't know, maybe disappointment or limitations of human behavior being aligned with what God had intended. Shoot, I'm working this out as I say it. I just think the rainbow is as simple as God's promise not to eliminate all of humanity via flood. Literally, very specifically. But I don't know. I mean, I am still learning to read the Bible versus like what it literally says, to cross-check for if there's more ways to understand it. Because I mean, I know some people can read the Bible, read a passage in the Bible, read it literally, then read it from like 18 other different ways. I'm not there yet. So if you find that there's more from that passage in the Bible, I invite you to leave a comment below and share what you might add to this conversation. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you believe a rainbow to mean? And yeah, if there's other biblical symbolism videos that you might be interested in, let me know. I was thinking about doing a burning bush because I thought that was interesting, and I know there's a Bible story about that. And yeah, I don't know. There's probably tons of other things in there in the Bible. Like, I mean, yeah. So we'll see if this becomes a thing. But I guess I better be going. Otherwise, I'll just kind of sit here and talk my thoughts out. So hopefully this has been a little bit of food for thought, because I did find that fascinating as I was, just starting to reread the Bible, starting with Genesis. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I look forward to being back next week. And I'm not certain what else I might add to today's chat, but I'll be back next week with something new and hopefully thought-provoking to share. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Take great care.